Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. In this episode, I'm going to be reviewing Nine Parchments. It's a new co-op action RPG from Frozenbyte Studios, and they were graceful enough to send me a copy of this for free for review. Is it good? Well, after watching this review, they're probably going to wish they didn't send it to me.
JT.
Once again, our story began at the Astral Academy, where young wizards from all over the world gathered to learn magic.
As the story goes with Nine Parchments, a group of runaway wizard apprentices decide to skip their training to search for 9 parchments. As the wannabe wizards rapidly discover powerful new spells and ignore all safety aspects, it's natural that their hasty progress results in lots of deadly accidents. The game allows you to wield the power of elements and master a diverse and ever-changing arsenal of spells, unlock new playable characters, wizard hats, and magical staves, level up and train your character in the magical arts, and battle strange creatures and mighty bosses in a breathtakingly beautiful world set in the Trine universe, and it has online and local co-op for up to 4 players. If you've ever played any of the games from the Trine universe, you'd understand the graphic style and storytelling narratives from Nine Parchments. The Trine games use more of a 2D side-scrolling perspective, where it's more like the Lost Vikings, where you use characters and their special abilities to progress through puzzles in different levels, whereas Nine Parchments is more of an over-the-top perspective, being a twin-stick shooter, except you're a person walking around like Smash TV, top-down view, and one stick controls your movement and the other stick controls which way you're firing. And it works fairly well for the game itself, but there's not very much variety to it. The weird thing is, I really enjoyed the Trine series, and I really love Gauntlet games, and I would think that putting those together would be a match made in heaven. But I feel like when Frozenbyte put this game together, they didn't take any of the fun aspects from Trine or from Gauntlet. They just took the games and put them together and made it bland. There's nothing exciting about this. Here's how it felt when starting the game, and you can gather this yourself by playing the demo on the eShop as well. You start the game off, and the storyline is quite short, which is fine. I don't care for a huge storyline until I'm involved in the game. But as far as this game goes, you start off in this magical castle. The papers get shuffled away when a bomb explodes and they all fly through the window, and you need to hunt them down. That's the storyline that I gathered while playing the beginning of this game. As the game progressed, it never really opened up too much from that. Actually, it more felt like you start here, go to this spot, fight these monsters, go to this spot, fight these monsters, go to this spot, fight these monsters, and repeat. There was really not much variety to the game. Sure, there are different spells to choose from, with different mana bars and different ways you can kill them and different things that can happen, but you're still doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's so redundant that I have a hard time recommending this game to even the most hardcore Gauntlet fans out there. I will say that I only played this in 1-player mode, and the game is meant to be a multiplayer game. So if you have a few friends together, I'm sure you could have a little bit more fun out of it, joking around and moving around the levels, fighting these guys off with friends. Which is truly unfortunate because, to be honest, I was really looking forward to this game personally, and it fell short of a lot of the expectations that I had. But I would strongly recommend, if you're considering purchasing this game, try the demo first. And believe me when I say it, the game does not expand very much beyond what the demo level shows you. It's the same thing over and over and over again. A thing this game could have benefited a lot from is branching paths. I feel like it's way too linear. The game has a decidedly Diablo feel to it, although it never reaches the heights of how great Diablo was. In fact, the best part about this game may be the fact that it shows that Diablo-type games can work on a Switch. Sure, there's a gigantic variety of different hats you can find, and staffs you can pick up along the way, and different magic spells that you can acquire and unlock when you level up at the end of levels. But for some reason, it never feels like that adds the right variety to this type of game, because no matter what you're wearing, and no matter what kind of staff you have, it always felt the same to me. Not to mention, it did get a bit frustrating when you ran out of mana shooting magic spells and all you're doing is circles around the enemies, because the physical attacks with your staff are basically useless in this game. They barely take energy away from the enemies. It feels like you should be hitting them when you're right next to them swinging your staff, and half the time I was missing them. The collision detection on this game is kind of poor when it comes to the physical hand-to-hand combat, and you find yourself just doing circles around the enemies using your magic the entire time. Which is unfortunate because I feel like if Frozenbyte had perfected the hand-to-hand combat, it would have added an entirely new dimension to this game. But as far as unlocking the characters goes, it seems to be random. You just go through the game and at certain points you'll get enough stuff done and a character will be unlocked. And as far as the character that I chose, it allowed for 2 deaths before you actually had a game over. The problem I had with this is there are so many save points throughout each level that if I died, I would just jump off the cliff and die again so that I'd respawn at the save point and have both lives all over again, rendering the whole mechanic of having 2 lives useless. If they limited that mechanic to once per level, it would have been a lot more useful. The most important aspect of a video game is how it plays and if it's fun. And at the end of the day, this game is extremely repetitive with the fighting mechanics using spells. Shoot a spell at someone, if they're immune to it, switch to a different spell, shoot a spell at them, and kill them. And then move on to the next enemy and do the same thing all over again. I can't help but thinking that I'd rather be playing the original Gauntlet, or Gauntlet Legends on N64 or PS1, or even Champions of Norath on PS2. There are a lot of Gauntlet type games out there that I'd rather be playing than this game. And for an asking price of $19.99 in the eShop, I can't recommend it to anybody out there. As such, my final score for this game is a 5 out of 10. It has great graphics, great music, but as far as the gameplay, it really falls short on that side of things. Nine Parchments is released on December 5th for the Nintendo Switch and PC Steam, and the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versions will follow soon after. Again, I'd like to thank Frozenbyte for sending me a review copy of this game free of charge, and as far as the $19.99 asking price for it, all I'd say is if you're really looking forward to this game, and you don't believe what I say, try the demo first, and even then, if you like it a little bit, I'd still wait for a sale. Especially when you buy older games that are better than this for less and have the physical copies of them instead of a digital download. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Nine Parchments and if you're considering picking it up. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.